What's up, guys and gals? Today is day 794, maybe 7,094 of another install on my 4th gen Tacoma, and just overall. Let me show you what we're working on today. One last thing before we hop into this new video, make sure you join and check out our forum, 4gtaco.com. You can chat with me, people like TRD John, Toyota Jeff, and a bunch of other people, new owners, future owners, and existing owners. 4gtaco.com. Come check us out. Let me flip the camera around. I'll actually show you what we're working on today. The day has finally come for us to install our NYTOP carbon fiber Fender flares, dude. Let's go. This is a big one. I've never run any carbon stuff. When I first saw this stuff, it definitely caught my eye. Not that there's anything wrong with the factory, but it could always be better. Plus, a tire hit me and I need to get that fixed. But yeah, guys, not your typical off-road parts. Don't hate me, NYTOP guys. I probably should have thought this through a little bit more before I started the video. You guys might have already seen NYTOP before. They've been all over the place. They do all sorts of accessories, kind of a OEM plus design. They got a good group of guys over there that has done some OEM spec designing. So if you're looking at some of their stuff being like, man, that looks like what would come from the factory. Well, that's those guys' background. So carbon fiber fender flares. I got the matte version originally. They didn't have the gloss one in stock. And after putting it up to the truck, even though this one is kind of matte colored, I was like, man, we got to go with the gloss. We got to get it ultra bougie. And here we are. Got them clear coated. I hear that these style of clear coats are very UV resistant, so they're going to resist the fading and stuff like that you might see sometimes depending on your weather for carbon. So paint shop was like, it's a good idea that you clear coated these. So it comes with a bunch of tape. It looks like it's as simple as literally just like unbolting, taking these off, and then you're reusing the majority of like these little 10 millimeters to hold it on there. And then you have the 3M tape that goes all the way around. But yeah, if you guys are looking for, call it one of the ultimate aesthetic upgrades, I think carbon fiber is gonna be the way. Go tell NYTOP to make a carbon fiber hood, man. The other options out there are way too expensive, and there really isn't another option like this on the market. And if there is, it doesn't work with all other vehicles. I think it's like TRD Pro maybe, or Trail Hunter specific. So if you guys wanna see more carbon stuff, go tell NYTOP I sent you. So we're gonna start in the back. We're gonna take the flares off, show you guys a bit of a closer look as I'm doing that, and a little bit of before, during, and after coming soon. So I should probably go watch some YouTube videos on how to do this, but we're just gonna figure it out. But there are, looks like there's a little plastic clip down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I imagine that there's some clips in there. So let's see what happens when we start pulling this stuff away. We definitely don't want to break anything, even though we're going to be replacing these flares entirely. So I will take them off and then report back. That was a lot easier than the last generation. Look at that. Came right off. No damage, no problems. One thing that I think Toyota fixed, among many, is that they adopted a new clip design, unlike those blue and orange ones that break every time you touch them or look at them funny. And then they also stopped putting that double stick that would get stuck to the body for the dust seal. And now there's just a one-sided dust seal that looks like it's, you know, adhesived to the back of the flare, and then it just makes contact there to stop dust from coming in. So a lot easier to take these flares off. I already test fitted this guy on there. We're gonna have to be real careful with that 3M tape, but everything fits nicely. Okay, my first fender flare. The goal here is to take 2 layers of the 3M tape, 1 to get it even with the edge, and 2 to give it a second layer that's actually going to adhere to the body of the truck. So We're going to start lightly, just so it's kind of like peeking out of the corner. For the backing of this tape, we're gonna put it on. We're gonna grab those 10 mils and we're going to make sure it's all in position, pull the tape, push it down, and we should be done. So I'll check back in when I'm finished installing this one. Grand reveal. Bam! That's what we call sauce right there. Real saucy. Got everything lined up very, very nicely. Followed some tips and tricks I found online. Got all the bolts in there. This side's done. Pretty fast install, just gotta be patient. Make sure you take your time with the tape and everything will come out real clean. I'm gonna go and do the other back side and then take the front flares off. We're installing some Cali raised fog light replacements and a Yodaverse TRD Pro grill. So we'll leave that for last because we're not gonna put the flares on until we're done. So check it out though. Gloss carbon fibre, dude. Very quick behind the scenes, in case you're curious what this stuff looks like back here. I don't remember if I've showed this on the rear. It's basically the same, just without all this extra stuff. It's actually easier than the front, at least it was for me. But yeah, I've got the flare over here. We're gonna throw on some 3M tape, get this thing on there, and check back in. Bang, the official reveal. Check it out. Look at that little tapered edge right there. That's TRD Pro status. Give you guys a quick walk around, front to back. Look inside. Utilized all the factory holes to tighten it all back up. Same thing over here. It looks really good, dude. I'm very happy with it. They're a little bit wider than the factory. So before, my wheels were sticking way out, and now they're more in line, which is good because they were poking out, especially for some people's tastes, a little bit too much. I like the wheel poke. Some people don't. So if you're looking for like a non-fiberglass option, these will help. And I'm sure I've seen like R4T trim them for 37s, which I'll have to do because I'm putting 37s, so I'll have to cut the back off and then we'll have to cut across for the C4 bumper. So that's it. NYTOP carbon fiber flares, TRD Pro status, turning my off-road into a Pro Plus, actually, I should say. But yeah, that's gonna be it for now. I will wash the truck up, give you guys one final walk around at sunset one of these days, and I think that's gonna be it for now. Well, as you might be able to tell, there have been some upgrades besides the flares. I started this video a couple weeks ago, and now we've got a camper. If you guys want to see more videos on any of this stuff, make sure you check out the rest of the videos on our channel that are already there or will be there in the future. But let's take a look at these flares. I just got done washing them. The sun is like basically perfect. Let's shine a light on that guy. Look at how that carbon sparkles. Just want to get you guys one final shot, all washed up, waxed up. We'll run to the back over here, show you one more kind of rear angle so you can see the poke. These are some Lock Off-Road combat wheels in a 0, if you're curious. So you do get a little bit extra poke out of these. It's been a while, so I don't know if I've talked about this yet, but yes, these flares are wider than the factory, and they're even wider if you have like an SR5 compared to an off-road, because they run different flares. But there they are, NYTOP carbon fiber flares. We'll do one more pan over this way so you guys can see what this thing looks like from the front. That's gonna look real good with some 37s. But I'm gonna flip the camera around do some closing thoughts. All right, well, you guys know the drill. It's gonna be it for this one. If you're looking for a really cool carbon fiber flare, big exterior mod upgrade, check out NYTOP. These carbon flares, I would say, are worth every penny. I know they're a little bit pricier, and if I didn't say it already, all the links per usual are gonna be in the bio to absolutely everything, the product, our sites, 4gtaco.com. Make sure you check us out there. Our forum for new, existing, future owners, talk to myself and everybody else. But yeah, the only carbon fiber flare upgrade on the market, and I think it's noteworthy to say that these might be a good alternative to going full fiberglass, because you do get that extra width. So whether you're trying to cover the poke from your wheel and tire setup, which ultimately will kind of help to protect the sides of your truck, right? Because a lot of us don't have the mud flaps, especially when we're running bigger tires and clearancing everything. These are a great option. They're wider, especially on the lower model, the lower trims that come on the Tacoma. But I think that's gonna be it for this one. If you have any questions for me, let me know. NYTOP carbon fiber flare kit for the 4th gen Tacoma. We'll see you in the next one.